Casual fans are still putting their money on Zach Hyman. Casual fans. Bang, bang, bang. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome back to the Hot Shot Podcast, presented to you by the Ticket Hitters. It's your boy, Ticket Hitter Walker here, and I'm with my man, K Wick. And we got some great tickets that we want you to hit today. But first, we must give a great thanks to those who make this all possible.
Just want to give a shout out to FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook allows me and my friends to get on with an interactive platform. Really enjoy the best that betting has to offer today. If you want someone that has up-to-date, real, live odds, and also accurate and very fair odds, I'd direct you to go to FanDuel. I know a lot of people were really disappointed with their experience in DraftKings, and to those people I say, come on over. The water's great here.
Yeah, the interface is so smooth, it's clear, it's refreshing. See, logging on to FanDuel feels like walking on the Rocky Mountains on a crisp spring day. Like, FanDuel is taking millions of Americans out of financial hardship, and we just want to give a thank you for FanDuel. FanDuel for President 2024. The daily numbers today are 1, 6, 9, and 8. Okay, with that being said, we have to get into the first game. Game 2, at home, Florida, Verhaeghe, the clutchest player of all time, versus McDavid and the Oilers.
Yeah, I think this is another game where you can shoe in Verhaeghe to do something. Listen, guys, I think we've told you this enough times. I think, you saw it in game 1. When it comes down to it, even and I say this even with McDavid being a player in this series, in this entire series, there is no player that is more dangerous, is going to create more danger around the net than Carter will. So definitely consider, what he's going to bring to the table. I think for sure you can shoe him in for a point, maybe a goal. Although numerologically it would not say it's his day. It's always fucking Carter Verhaeghe day.
Every day is Carter Verhaeghe day. First goal last game. We called it.
A beauty.
He came down slashing on the left side. Stroke him. It's over with.
Stroke Meister. No doubt about it. And I know there's a few other people that are probably going to want to get involved. I would say some people you want to watch out for, in my opinion, personally. Tarasenko's definitely due. It's his kind of day.
If you know, you know. But it's a Tarasenko kind of day. And he was really playing hard. He was leaving it all on the ice. He was having some big hits. He was diving for the puck. He's turned up and he's thirsty for the goal.
Yeah, I think
Tarasenko plus 330 odds right now.
People shouldn't forget that Tarasenko is a former Stanley Cup winner himself. And I think if not for Ryan O'Reilly's crazy run back in 2019, it would have probably been Tarasenko's Conn Smythe. So the less we forget, but a lot of experience in that room. Let's not forget, this entire fucking roster basically was just in the Cup last year and has experience playing a team that, no offense to anybody, but probably doesn't belong here. I think Dallas probably didn't play their best hockey.
Yeah.
And I think Colorado just fell apart due to the whole Nichushkin scandal, which, by the way, hashtag free Nichushkin.
Free Nichushkin. We stand with you.
We will stand with you, Big Val. I hope you come to Washington or LA personally.
Lord Pisces.
We could use a little bit of that energy. So, Big Val to LA or Washington in full effect. But beyond that, I think they got a little bit of an easy walk. The Kings, I won't even get into that and what the Oilers did there. And we fucking knew this was going to happen. So, thankfully enough, Florida looks competent. They look like the most consistent team. I think when you watched them this year, there was a point, maybe 1 point this year, where they looked like maybe not themselves. And that, I want to say that was in December. They kind of slumped a little bit. But then again, it's an 82-game season. It's playoffs that it can go 24, 25 games, it just...
And Big Bob's getting hot at the right times. Big Bob can be hot and cold during the season, but
he's been consistent.
He had an amazing game. We must give him his flowers. Held Edmonton, scored a shutout, and shout out Big Bob, my twin.
Bob gets the creds, but at the end of the day, I don't think anybody did more to contribute to their success than Carter did.
Oh, no.
I think ultimately he made those saves, but who was going to be there to win him the games?
Pull up the Carter V stat.
So
we have an exclusive stat we want to share with you guys in a few minutes, but also, if you're looking for a point, check out Brandon Montour, number 62 D-man, playing on the first power play line for Florida. So here's a stat we have about Carver Hayes' clutchness.
So, this is relating to percentage of playoff games where the person had scored the game-winning goal. And this is a minimum of 10 games, because obviously if you scored once in one game, then it'd be 100%. Number one on this list is Carter Verhaeghe at 15.87%. Now, this is everybody ever in the history of hockey. On this same list, Mike Bossy, 13.17%. That is second place. Third place, Chris Drury, another legend, 12.59%. Brett Hull, 11.88%, tied with Phil Esposito. Sound familiar? Cam Neely, 11.83%. And then Wayne Gretzky, 11.54%. I mean, Wayne fucking Gretzky, guys. I mean, 4% above him. And we're talking about a player that is known to be the goated one.
And he did his last playoffs, too. Did in
2021 to the Caps. I'm a Caps fan. We're Caps fans. We watched this happen. Actually, a little history here on the Carter Verhaeghe love train. I remember the first time that I was really, truly familiarized with Carter Verhaeghe was his first year in Florida. Being the Caps fan I was excited for that Florida-Washington series. You know, I still thought we maybe had a chance at another cup at that time. I've learned since it's not the fucking case. Maybe in a few years. But watching that game, watching Carter Verhaeghe tie that game, and as soon as the overtime started, just the way that guy was playing, I was like, man, this guy's a fucking problem. And I said, all right, I looked right at my cousin and said something about Carter Verhaeghe scoring. Obviously, he said, shut up, you're jinxing us. Naturally, because we're Caps fans. But what happened? 6-7 minutes into the period, Carter Verhaeghe streaks down, boom, snipe. That's fucking game. Ties it and wins it, man. And that's when I knew that guy was a fucking serious threat.
You will not witness a more clutch hockey player in your lifetime than what you're witnessing right now over the past 2 or 3 years with Carter Verhaeghe. I've since taken me on trips. Carter Verhaeghe's done so much. Feed my kids. You don't understand. It's a little background on Tarasenko. So when I seriously got into sports betting, when it became legalized in Maryland in 2022, 2023, I started my first game watching was the St. Louis Blues, and he scored that game. It was a Saturday, and I know every Saturday since then Tarasenko would score. Like, started calling him Saturday Tarasenko, and then we watched him leave his home in the Blues, end his chapter there, and he moved to New York. Try to help a good roster go over the top with another veteran presence. New York fell short, of course. The New York Owls always undefeated. Then we watched him get shipped out to the Gulag in Ottawa. We watched him struggle there, survive there, paying all them taxes, getting his money taken, getting robbed, having to play in the cold, brutal tundra.
No bitches anywhere.
And then we manifested the link up with our two favorite players, Vladimir Tarasenko and Carter Verhaeghe. Now he's back home in Miami with all the Russians. And it's going to be so beautiful to see Tarasenko win his second championship with Carter Verhaeghe, and definitely take him tonight for a goal.
Yeah, undoubtedly. And then, there's the other side of the spectrum, too. I know, a player can win the Conn Smythe even if his team didn't win the championship. It just very rarely happens now. I would say there is no chance of it coming from the other side in this series. I think it will stick true to whoever wins. Now, I think if it does go Edmonton's way, personally, if you were to ask me, I would say Connor McDavid with 31 points and Evan Bouchard with 27 points are easily your two. And Draisaitl at 28.
But they're not going to give it to you.
Because I think the way you look at it is, you're only going to look at one person at each position.
Yeah.
That's how they look at it. And McDavid has 4 more points than him, or 3 more points than him, and he's just
more impactful.
He's the league's face of the league.
Yeah.
They're going to want to give him his hardware whenever they can. And then Bouchard's a D-man doing this, which is he's almost tied with McDavid in points as a fucking D-man. That doesn't get that credit. So, would you ask me who stepped up the most, if that is what the award is supposed to mean, I'd say it's Bouchard.
Yeah.
But I think you expect this from McDavid. That doesn't make him the MVP. I mean, yeah, he can be good all the time, but I mean, who really stepped up? Who made it so you guys reached that extra gear and won you the cup? I mean, I think if they do win the cup, he has a huge part in that. He was deadly in every series he was in. Power play quarterback, just slinging the shit.
Evan Bouchard, number 2, if you want to take him tonight, his odds are probably around a plus 600 to score.
And your chances of fucking upping your bank account times 6 are pretty high too.
So if I was to put something together today, I would say Edmonton doesn't go out as sad as he did last game. I would take Edmonton plus 2.5 on the puck line. Solid bet. You probably get negative 400, 500 odds on that.
We call that Kevin James, folks.
Kevin James. Add that to a Verhaeghe, add that to a Tarasenko goal, put 50 cents on it, put $1 on it if you want to make a little money. Another interesting player to check out, Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett's had a great playoffs. He's been playing tough.
11 points in 13 games for the guy. He's been playing through injury and everything.
Playing through injury. Reinhardt's been consistent. He's been doing what he's done the regular season. But
yeah, he's the number 2 gun on the team right now with 8 goals behind Carter at 10. I mean, without either of those two right now, Florida wouldn't be in the position they're in.
Aaron Ekblad hasn't scored yet this playoffs. I feel like he's got to pop one in sometime.
Oh, the bed's doing his work,
but
though.
He's doing work. He's doing
Florida is
D-man work.
Very lucky to have him around. I mean, you need a guy like that, you know?
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
Also, Barkov for a point. Definitely would consider taking that.
Barkov's on a different stratosphere right now.
It's a negative 210s odds. It's a great deal.
Honestly, man, one guy we haven't talked much about, and a guy that you expect, and I think you can expect tonight, more than any. I mean, Verhaeghe, I love him, and I know he'll probably do it most nights. And numerologically, Barkov, yeah, he also looks like 16 is a number for tonight. But just in general, Tkachuk. I mean, you got your 19, your 1 + 9, your 10. So I think Tkachuk is the kind of guy who won't stay quiet long. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he had a point in the last game.
He did not?
I don't think he did because I think it was Rodriguez scored, Verhaeghe scored, and Lusteranian scored. And Barkov had 2 assists. Montour had his assist. Yeah, I think Bennett got an assist.
Yeah, look for Tkachuk to get active. Take Tkachuk for 4 shots on goal tonight.
You could probably put a parlay down a 3-leg on him himself. I could say you could expect him to throw some hits,
right?
Expect him to take some shots, and expect him to get some points.
Yeah,
I mean, he's going to do a little bit of all.
Tkachuk's going to get real wild tonight. It's going to be highlight television.
Undoubtedly.
And, some people put their money in the bank. Some people put their money in GameStop, investing. Other people, they just incrementally put more money on Verhaeghe when they crown Smythe. Like, put $1 here, put $1 there in the morning,
It's not a bad bet.
Let it accumulate. Next week, it's time to cash out. Meet us in Miami for the parade. We'll be there.
We'll see you all down in South Florida, folks. Exciting game tonight for sure. I think in general, though, let's get some final score predicts and let's let these fuckers get on with their days. I would say, if you were to ask me, and I were to put my money down, I mean, today's the 10th. 16th. I'd say you're going to get a 7-goal game. I think that feels about right.
I was just about to say 4-3 Florida.
4-3 Florida? I'm going to go opposite here. I'm going to go 4-3 Oilers. And we're going to, we need this, though. I mean, Bob's been great, but we need V getting that Conn Smythe, so we'll be here. We'll be waiting.
Remember to think about what you want in life while you're placing these bets. Remember, keep your mind sharp, keep your mind clear. Caffeinated beverages.
Sponsored to you by Coke and Pepsi, soon coming to a podcast near you.